guys, it's Debbie LaChusa, the business stylist, and I'm back this week with our marketing Q&A. And this question comes to us from a coach who says she tends to short sell herself, and she realized it's because she's uncomfortable talking about money. And she's wondering what she can do to get more comfortable. And I have to say, this is really, really common. I find it especially with new coaches who've done a lot of free coaching as a way to get sort of comfortable with what they're doing. Some coach training programs tell you to get some free coaching clients. They call them practice clients. And a lot of times if you do that for too long, then when it's time to actually charge somebody, you get really uncomfortable. And so if that's the situation, then the best thing to do is just pick a price that you do feel comfortable with, and it may be lower than you ultimately want to charge, but you have to get used to charging something. And if it's just that you're brand new in coaching, or you've always been coaching and you've always charged, but you just find yourself really getting tripped up when you're talking about money, if it isn't because you've been doing it for free and all of a sudden you have to charge, I still say that it's really the core issue there is that you are not confident in the value that you're delivering for people. So my best suggestion for you is to sit down and really take stock of the outcomes that your clients get when they work with you. So make a list of all of the benefits. What happens for your clients after they work with you? How does their life change? How does their business change? What transformation are you causing for your clients? And make a long list and see what a difference you're really making with people. That should boost your confidence, because when you realize what you're actually doing for people, you feel good about offering that to them, and you start to see that it's worth something. So the first step is to make that list. The second step really is to look at what is the value of those changes in your client's life. It doesn't necessarily have to be a financial value. It might be an emotional value. Let's say it's somebody that's really been struggling with something for a long time, and it's not business related, so fixing that problem is not going to make them more money necessarily, but maybe this issue has been causing a lot of issues in their relationships with their spouse or with their children, or it's been making them very unhappy in their job. Think about what are the effects that problem that they have before you work with them are having in all aspects of their life, and what's the cost of that. If they're having emotional issues that are, let's say, relationship issues with their spouse, and it's causing them to fight all the time, or they don't have intimacy, or whatever it is, fixing that is worth a lot. Oftentimes those emotional or what feel like intangible benefits are more valuable to people than financial benefits. So if you can start to see that this is totally going to change someone's life because all of a sudden their relationship is better, or they love their job now, and instead of waking up every morning dreading going to work, they are thrilled to get up in the morning and go to work, and they really feel a purpose in their life. Start to look at those benefits in terms of that type of value. And then I want you to take a look at your coaching or your consulting and take a look at what you're charging for that. And you need to get to a point where you feel that the price that you're charging more than outweighs the value that they're getting. And that should make it easier for you to quote prices, because you realize, again, what a difference you're making in someone's life, and you see that it's really worth something. The third reason that I find that people have a hard time and they short sell themselves is because they're selling their time by the hour. So if you're a coach or a consultant and you're selling your time by the hour, and you're telling people you can buy, 3 sessions with me, and it's 3 hours and I charge $100 a session, so that's $300, then you feel like you're selling yourself, you're selling your time. Or let's say it's a 3-month package and it's 12 calls. That's still selling your time by the hour. Whenever you're selling your time by the hour, you feel like you're selling yourself. What's the value that you place on yourself? That's a really hard thing to sell. I would probably struggle with that too. So that's why I always recommend understanding the value that you're delivering, packaging your services in a way that you take somebody through a process that when they get to the end of it, they have achieved the outcomes that they want, and you price based on the value of those outcomes. It has nothing to do with your time. You're not selling the number of sessions. your program may be 3 months or 6 months, but you're not selling it in terms of months. You're selling it in terms of work with me for 3 or 6 months, and this is what will happen for you. These are the outcomes you can expect. And then you price based on those outcomes. And then all of a sudden, you're not selling your time anymore. You're selling what the client really wants, which is some kind of change, some kind of transformation. So again, if you're struggling with talking about money and selling your services, looking at these different areas and trying to address it in that way instead of selling for free and then trying to charge, or selling your time, hopefully this will really make a difference for you. And the last thing I have to say on this subject is just get out there and do it. It's going to be uncomfortable when you first get into business for yourself and you're selling and you're quoting prices. It's uncomfortable for a lot of people, but the more you do it, like anything else, the more comfortable you'll get. Plus, the more clients you work with and the more changes that you see they're experiencing, it starts to build your confidence, and you feel really good about what you're doing for people. And that confidence alone can make it so much more comfortable to quote people prices. So I hope this answers your question if you're struggling with this issue. And if you have a question you'd like me to answer in a future marketing Q&A episode, send it to me at debbie@thebizstylist.com, and maybe yours will be the next question I answer. Until next time, take care.